Adulting University, where we take adult shit and cut into kid-sized pieces. My name is Miss A, and today we'll be finishing up our series on how to apologize. With that being said, let's get started, shall we? So, if you've been attending class, you already know that making an apology involves three different things. It involves expressing regret, taking responsibility, and offering the remedy. In the first classroom discussion, we discussed how to prepare for an apology. And last week's class discussion, we discussed how to make the apology at the right place at the right time. In today's classroom discussion, we're going to discuss how to basically make the apology. So, let's jump right into it. Number one, be open and non-threatening. This communication style is called integrative communication, and it basically means you're going to discuss the issues in an open, non-threatening manner so that a mutual understanding can be reached. So make sure you're being open and non-threatening when making your apology. Number two, use open, humble body language. So, when you're making an apology, your nonverbals are just as important as the words that are coming out of your mouth. You want to make sure that your whole body conveys that you're really sorry. In doing so, you want to make sure that you avoid slouching over or crossing your arms. You want to also make sure that you are constantly making eye contact and that you spend 50% of the time talking and 70% of the time listening. And make sure that your face remains relaxed. So don't force a smile. But if you feel like your facial muscles are getting tense, make sure that you remember to relax them. And if it's appropriate, according to the person that you're making an apology to and the context of the apology, and you're close to them, you might want to reach over and touch their arm or their hands, or even give them a hug if it's appropriate. These are the things that help convey that you're sorry. Number three, state your regret. Express your empathy towards a person by acknowledging that you've caused hurt or damage and acknowledging that their feelings are real and valid. Number four, accept responsibility. So when you're making an apology, you want to be as specific as possible about your part in what took place in terms of the hurt or the damage that you've caused. Doing so allows the person that is receiving the apology to know that you've paid specific attention to your actions and you know exactly where you went wrong. And be sure not to overgeneralize in terms of making the apology. For example, by saying like, oh, I'm such a terrible person. Because one, that isn't true, and two, it doesn't articulate to the person that is receiving the apology that you know and are taking responsibility for your part in the offense. Number five, state how you will remedy the situation. So, successful apologies usually offer a remedy in which you, the person who is making the apology, states how you would do things differently in the future or how you will fix the hurt that you've caused. In doing so, you want to make sure that you find the underlying problem and take full responsibility without pointing fingers at anyone else. And then, of course, offer the solution of which you will take to make sure that the offense never takes place again. Number six, listen to the other person. So the person that you offended may want to express themselves to you. They may still be upset at you and or have questions for you. No matter what, it's your responsibility to stay as calm as possible and open to them as they do so. If you find that the person that you're trying to make amends with is so upset still that they are insulting you or yelling at you, it might behoove you to take a time out or try and redirect the conversation in a positive way. To redirect a negative conversation into a positive, productive one, you might want to learn the behavior that the person that you are making amends with wishes that you had done instead. So if the person says, oh, you never respect me, well then you can turn around and say, what could I do to make you feel respected? Hopefully, this will help lead the conversation back on track to making amends. Number 7, end with gratitude. So, when it looks like all is going well and that you're actually making amends with the person that you've offended, you'll definitely want to go ahead and express how much that person means to you, and that you don't want to do anything to hurt or jeopardize your relationship with them. You may want to briefly recount the bonds that bring you guys together and express to them that you wouldn't want to see that trust in their company go away. So make sure that you express how much they mean to you. Number 8, be patient. If your apology is not accepted, thank them all the same for listening to you, and encourage them to reach out to you if and when they're ready to hear from you. And it's important to remember that even if your apology is accepted, things might not go back to where they were right away. You still have to give that person time and space to come around to fully engaging with you the way they used to. 9, stick to your word. So when you make the apology, whatever you offer as a remedy, whether that's working on yourself or doing X, Y, and Z to improve the situation, you need to do just that. Keeping your promise, keeping your word is essential to making sure that the apology stays sincere and intact. Otherwise, the trust that the person wants to give you may disappear altogether. For example, if you said that you're going to work on a behavior that hurt the other person, then every so often you might want to actually check in with them to see if the change that you worked on or you're working on has been noticed. Well, that's it for today. Just a few tips on how to apologize better. Thank you for attending class. Go ahead and do your homework by subscribing to this channel, commenting, and thumbs up this video. My name is Miss A, and until next time, remember, you must be this tall to pay bills.